Hi, I'm Rick Peters. I'm going to show you the proper operation of the Global Series wheel balancer. Your wheel balancer comes pre-calibrated. You do not need to calibrate it when you receive it. Main power switch is on the left side. When you turn the machine on, it will display a program code number and then go into the wheel balancing mode. I'm going to show you the proper way to mount a wheel on the wheel balancer. Remove your quick speed nut by pressing the red levers. You can slide the quick nut on and off the shaft without having to thread it on and off. Select your wheel and tire. Find the proper cone to fit the center hole of the wheel. On the left side of your machine are the storage pegs for your different cones and adapters. Select the cone that best fits the center hole of the wheel. Global Series wheel balancers have the spring built into the backing plate. You want to put your cone on the shaft first, then your wheel, and then your quick nut. When you mount the wheel with the cone on the inside, you need to use the plastic cup on the speed nut. Speed nut on the shaft, push the red tabs, the nut will go in as far as it can go by hand. The rest of the way you thread the wheel on the machine. After you mount the wheel, make sure that it's mounted properly. Give it a few turns, make sure it doesn't wobble, doesn't move up and down, so that you have it centered right on the machine. Next, we're going to put in our values into the machine. We pull the distance arm over to the wheel, touch the inside lip of the wheel, and read the gauge over here to see what it displays. We have 9.5. We'll press the A key, the 9, decimal point, and 5. Next, we're going to measure the width of the wheel with our width caliper. Contact the wheel on the inside and the outside where the weights will be placed. Read your width caliper. This wheel measures 6 inches in width. Now we're going to enter the wheel width, which we measured at 6.0 inches. Press the B key, 6.0. B 6.0 is displayed. Check the diameter of the wheel and tire assembly by reading the tire. This is a 15-inch wheel. Press the D key, enter 15.0. Our display shows diameter 15 inches. Make sure you remove all the existing wheel weights from the wheel and any stones that may be stuck in the tread of the tire. Now we're ready to check our wheel balance. Press the start key. The wheel will automatically spin up. The balancer will measure the amount of imbalance on both sides of the wheel. Automatically brake the wheel, stop it, and then display the amount of imbalance on each side of the wheel. Now we will turn the wheel until all of our indicator lights are lit up on the outside display. The amount of imbalance for the outside of the wheel is 1.25 ounces. We want to select a 1.25 ounce weight, put it right at the very top of the wheel when all of these lights are lit up. There are many positions around the wheel to attach the weight. It's important that all of the indicator lights be lit and that you place the weight exactly at 12 o'clock. Now we're going to attach the weight to the inside of the wheel. In the same manner, turn the wheel so all of your indicator lights are lit on the inner display. Hold the wheel in position. Apply the weight that's called for at the very top of the wheel. Now we'll check to see if our wheel is balanced. Let's hit the start key. Machine will go through a balance cycle. Automatically stop. You notice both displays read 0. All wheel balancers will cut off below a certain amount of residual imbalance. If you want to see the amount of residual imbalance remaining in the wheel and tire assembly, you simply need to push the button that measures less than T. Notice our displays say 0.1 ounce and 0.3 ounce of remaining imbalance. When the displays read 0, there will be no longer enough imbalance in the wheel and tire assembly to be felt during driving conditions. All the Eagle wheel balancers come set up to measure in grams. As you can see, we're reading 36 and 43 grams respectively. Very simply, you can switch this over to reading ounces if you prefer by holding down the stop key and the decimal point at the same time, releasing them at the same time, and you'll see your displays have switched over to ounces, 1.25 and 1.5 ounces. Remember, to switch from ounces to grams or grams to ounces, hold the stop key down, the decimal point key down at the same time, let go. Your displays will switch over automatically to the other measuring system. Next, I'm going to show you how to do the automatic calibration routine on a Global Series wheel balancer. To place the wheel balancer into the automatic calibration mode, press the stop key and hold it, and hold down the calibration key. Continue to hold these keys till the display stops flashing. Notice that both displays say calibration or cal, and there are no flashing lights. Remember that you must input the distance, width, and diameter readings before you begin the calibration procedure. Always select a 14 or 15-inch wheel and tire assembly that is not bent or does not have an irregular tread pattern. After you've input the distance, width, and diameter, put the machine in the calibration mode. Just hit the start key. The machine will automatically go into the calibration routine. The wheel will automatically stop, and your display will read add 3.5 to the outside of the wheel. Use your 100 gram or 3.5 ounce weight that came with your machine for calibration purposes. Attach the calibration weight anywhere on the outside of the wheel and press the start button. The calibration routine is complete. The machine will display NCal. Remember, your machine does come pre-calibrated. You do not need to do this procedure before you begin using the machine. You would perform a calibration if your balancer calls for a weight, you apply that weight in the position it calls for, and you do not get a 0 consistently. The basic wheel balancer does not come standard with a protective hood. There is a hood available to purchase. We do recommend that you use a hood, but it is not required by OSHA. Our more expensive wheel balancers, the 1060 and up, do include a protective hood. This concludes the basic operation training of the Global Series wheel balancer. If you have further questions, please call our technical service department anytime during normal business hours. Thank you very much for purchasing an Eagle product.